is watch him improve in the pocket, able to hit the back foot, make the right read, and the right throws.
They'll start on the ground. Hall. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down. Now Wilson. He finds his man complete. That's Wilson. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, Wilson. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Open man is Uzomah. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. A give running right is Hall. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. This defense for the Dolphins, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over the line.
And no matter what's done throughout the ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder, you think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the first down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking first down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a first down.
So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And bringing them out is a Pro Bowler back in the 2015 campaign. He's now approaching a decade in the league. Is Teddy Bridgewater.
Brandon, I don't know about you, but when I heard he threw 5 touchdown passes last week, I thought, well, he's going to be the AFC Offensive Player of the Week. I didn't need to hear any other stats, and it turned out to be right.
That's exactly right. Seemed like every time we turned around, he was throwing one in the end zone. But he doubled down. He said, I see 5 more in this game. Challenge accepted.
Challenge.
They'll swing this complete out to Hill. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. Now, this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. On 2nd and 11 now. Bridgewater. That's to Waddle on the quick slant. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. From the gun, Bridgewater. On the out route, he's got Mostert. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A Miami first down on a 14-yard pickup.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy's setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll be brought down at the 27. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4 of 4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game. like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
First down, Bridgewater. And this will be incomplete. The physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Second and 10 now from the 27. The Dolphins come into this one looking for a 12th win on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. From the red zone now, Bridgewater. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Jerry Jeudy with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Dolphins get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point and good by Sanders. And it's now a 7-0 game. That time, and it's capped off by the touchdown run from Jerry Jeudy. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Taken at the goal line. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. All again on second down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. On 3rd down, Wilson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Buried behind the line by Christian Wilkins. Now the Jets send on Braden Mann to punt. And taken right at the 35. A beautiful fake. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And you can see they're in second place in the division, but they have clinched postseason football. That's the important thing. They currently have the best record among the wild card contenders, but they want to make sure they finish this season strong.
And isn't that the case each and every year about one division that ends up being the top-rated division, and unfortunately this year, it's theirs. But you could spin it and say, hey, they've been tested, and they've beaten a lot of good teams already. They will be prepared for the playoffs.
Right back to Jalen Waddle for another catch. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. This, the second meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in Week 5. And it was the Dolphins with a road victory, so they'll look for the sweep now here in Miami. From the 24, Bridgewater. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And he'll get nothing out of that one.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw him coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So a touchdown on their opening drive and 3 more here to add to their first quarter lead.
Yeah, everything's going according to plan so far because the offense has moved the ball. Defense able to do their job, and here the special teams unit comes contribution. A field goal to make it 10-zip.
Braxton Berrios now from his end zone. New York set to take the field. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. He'll set up to throw from the gun. Caught by Wilson. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Wilson. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Emmanuel Ogbah showing his strength and quickness there. A loss of 4. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Throwing is Wilson. Forced out to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. They'll run with Hall.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Byron Jones getting to him from the secondary. A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything. Give him 5 yards on the run there, but leave him with a definite 3rd and long on the horizon. Wilson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded just inside the 20. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. So it's all down to this, Week 18 on the NFL schedule. And that means that once we sort things out, we'll all be set for our 2nd ever Super Wild Card weekend, which I think everyone agrees was a runaway success last year. We've got 2 games coming up on Saturday, 3 more on Sunday, and then we'll put a bow on it Monday night. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. We're down to the 41. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphins shaking up on the play. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing is Bridgewater. And going deep for Hill. And this is caught. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 41 yards. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes our score 17-0. The
spanning 3 plays.
And it ends with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out.
And New York set to take the field.
And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
We know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw here going to be caught by Wilson.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now it's Wilson. He'll get this into the hands of Braxton Berrios. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. To throw again on second down. Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Holding. Offense.
And that's on big Mekhi Becton, first-round pick in 2020.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Wilson. He'll fight his man, Laviska Shenault.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory right at the 40. Wilson will throw again. Looking sideline, incomplete. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Here's Wilson. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Throwing, Bridgewater.
Getting this out to the flat, Mostert. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
It's brought in by Wilson. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Cedric Wilson, 50 yards.
And the Dolphins are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Extra point and good by Sanders. And Rackens on here in this first half. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. The Jets going to take over now late in this first half. Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I want to quote a little Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
On first down, Wilson. Flush to his right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Wilson. And he lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
Buying time to his left. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. Throwing again on second down. Wilson, sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. From the left hash, a 31-yard attempt. Zerline's kick is up and through, and they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. Well, the good news, at least they won't take that goose egg into the locker room, maybe a little something to build on.
Yeah, it hasn't been the greatest of first halves for them, has it? But at least now, as you mentioned, they put some points on the board. And it's been funny in our experience watching games, sometimes something as little as a field goal can change the fortunes of a team, and they could come out look real sharp in the second half.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to John.
Hey, we get it. No time to waste. Playoffs starting next week. We skip right over halftime and get back to the action.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started.
And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback.
Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. If this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups. I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Bridgewater's throw is taken in by Waddle.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A first down there on a pick up the 25.
They run out of the shotgun with Mostert.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he's got some space here. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Touchdown, Dolphins! Tyreek Hill with career touchdown number 75. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25.
So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half.
Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10.
At their own 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
On second down, a run with Hall.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. That's
a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down, then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
And they work this well upfield across the 45.
A toss left side for Hall.
And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Now Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Wilson.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. Open man here is Conklin.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Back to the ground with Hall. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 44 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. On first down, right back to Hall.
And after the good game last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Here's Wilson to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Wilson.
And the Jets are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Tyler Conklin from 3 yards out.
And the Jets get a bit closer.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. A 10-play drive that time, and it's finished off by a New York Jets touchdown. Well, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. Getting set to go here, Teddy Bridgewater and company marches back onto the field. He continues to just torch this defense. Perfect on the last drive, including his 4th touchdown pass of the game.
Similar to hitters that are in that great zone in baseball, and they say the ball looks bigger when it's approaching the plate and they're smacking it around. I think for him, the windows to throw into are wide open. Doesn't matter whether they're tight or not. He feels like it's wide open, puts it in there. 4 touchdown passes. He thinks he's going to throw a whole lot more before this one's over.
On second and a couple, Bridgewater. Open man downfield is Waddle. He's got it. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. He's able to find Wallace. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. Working with a 2nd and 4. Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Bridgewater. Got his man there. It's Wallace complete. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. Back now in Miami. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Bridgewater now. And this is caught at the 8. And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think he continued to do so.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown.
Jalen Waddle from a yard out. And the Dolphins are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25.
And New York set to take the field.
Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole.
Now Wilson on 1st down. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Wilson.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for him. Now, that worked really well last week because he had made all the way to the end zone. This week, you got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Running the counter with Mostert.
They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Eligible receiver downfield.
Yeah, you only get a 1-yard buffer there from the line of scrimmage, and he got downfield a little too far, and the flag came out.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. Bridgewater. And Wilson with it, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's a 3rd down conversion to 24 yards there. Nice play.
I'll tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league,
and he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Teddy Bridgewater from 17 yards out.
And the Dolphins stretch this 4th quarter lead even further, and they are closing in on win number 12 of the season. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to...
level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25.
And New York set to take the field.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down. Now Wilson. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore.
And they're going to get this up to midfield. 2nd and 4.
Midfield now. Here's Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Wilson. He finds his man, complete. That's Wilson. And he is going to have a Jets first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6. Again, Wilson.
And check down complete.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field.
And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery.
They'll try and run some clock here with Penny. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. This offense so far on third down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Rosen will throw. And able to find Gesicki as tight end. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Penny up the middle. And some room to run now.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
After the penalty, it's Penny. Penny hit, and the ball is jarred free. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
You and I have been around teams, and they all have goals for games, don't they? And every team we've ever talked to says what?
No turnover.
Don't turn the ball over. 0. And they were that close to getting it done. Won't cost them today, but they'll hate that when they're watching the game tape.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. Again, it's Penny. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Talk about certain guys just having a nose for the end zone. He's one of them, and he was not going to be denied there.
And defensively, especially in the red zone, you've got to be able to at least slow him down and hold on for dear life. But he's able to get out a couple of tackles there, and not enough people got there in time. Pretty poor on that defensive side.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25.
Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because They're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
They sure did. And remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
Well, I've never seen this one. It's 2nd down, and the punt team is out there. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Xavier Howard.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. And they'll indeed take a knee. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago. And you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film set.